Srimati Kamlaben, Gambhirchand Shah Law School. We all have gathered here for today's webinar on criminal jurisprudence organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome today's key speaker, Dr. Falaknaz Sheikh, Madam. Madam is my colleague from Ambedkar College of Law, and she is too much active and enthusiastic. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to introduce ma'am. Ma'am is in charge principal in Anjuman-e-Islam's Barrister A.R. Antule College of Law since the academic year 2017 and 18. Ma'am has previously worked with KES Law College, Vidyanidhi College, Dr. Ambedkar College of Law, G.J. Advani Law College and New Law College. Also worked in family court as an other assistant for ICRA Education Foundation as a teacher in Little Flower of Jesus High School. Ma'am has been working in mediation and counseling for settlement of matrimonial and family matters, and also shouldered many responsibilities like in Fee Regulation Authority, various study tours, and conducting guest lectures, webinars, seminars, and other academic events. Ma'am has presented various papers and participated in national conferences, workshops, and seminars. Also invited on various occasions at the church.
Shobha madam, bas.
Yes,
Bas,
ma'am.
bas.
By various organizations about ma'am's alma mater. Ma'am has completed her MCom LLM from Mumbai University, and she is the NET qualified. And ma'am has completed her PhD from Aligarh Muslim University. Now over to you, ma'am, and thank you so much for taking time out of your too much busy schedule. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivale madam, for the wonderful welcome. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the entire management of Srimati K.T. Shah Law School, to the principal madam, to Shobha madam. I would request here to Shobha madam that is my video required to be on, or I can give a session without the video also, first thing.
As you wish, ma'am.
With due permission, I am okay with both.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't want the identity or the communication to be affected in any which ways, because we're talking about criminal jurisprudence, a topic which is very sensitive and deep rooted. So before beginning with the topic, I will get it on point that this is not a topic, not a webinar today. Madam, I am scheduled till 11:30. That is what you have told me.
Yes.
Yes. So we curtail at 11:30, or we have an extension of 5-10 minutes if required.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes. So I am not going to talk on the black and white of the provisions of law with respect to criminal jurisprudence. Madam, these are students from which class? LLB, first year, second year, third year, or it's a combination of
all are there. All are there.
All three. Yes. Because third year students, I presume, are already aware of what are the provisions of IPC, because we do it in the very first year. The second year also students are aware of it. So I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritties of the sections and the provisions that are given in black and white. I will switch off the video here and we will start with the session. Can we have a dialogue with the students as and when required, because it will not be a unilateral communication. Criminal jurisprudence, the very term jurisprudence, we have to wrap off this terminology of criminal jurisprudence in an hour approximately. It's a task which requires semesters. 3 semesters are covered over in this 1 hour. So the perspective has to be a very narrow bird's eye view point, where all the aspects are touched, but very, not deep-rootedly, but in compact manner and in totality. The TY students, I'm asking y'all, please, any one of y'all can inform me what is the meaning of jurisprudence? Because jurisprudence as a subject itself you all have done in the second year. So what is jurisprudence? Basic meaning of jurisprudence. Anybody can give me in one word? है स्टूडेंट्स के सब कोई नहीं है? I will wait till my students give me an answer on this. Then we will proceed on what is criminal jurisprudence, how it is covered with respect to the criminology, the penology, and the criminal law administration system, along with the perspective of victimology. But jurisprudence का basic meaning आप लोग बताइए मुझे, ताकि मुझे लगे that the students are very much present and alive in the webinar.
मैम न्याय शास्त्र.
Okay, very good. Yes. So jurisprudence is the theory of law, study of law in the simple meaning. And criminal jurisprudence is the study of the criminal branch of law wherein the human conduct is governed due to by the sovereignty of the law in a society in order to ensure that any act or omission of an individual does not enter into the comfort zone of another individual, does not violate the right or existence of another individual. This theory of managing implied conduct in the light of expressed provisions of law is known as criminal jurisprudence. The objective of criminal jurisprudence is prevention of wrongs, protection to the society, the criminal jurisprudence covers 4 major branches. All of us have heard about the TY students, the SY students in their 4th semester has the option of criminology.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is inclusive of penology. You have a topic of victimology, wherein which it has emerged in the last 1 decade in India, and it is gaining prominence in times. And a major branch of it is criminal law and its administration in the country, which is governed heavily by the Indian Penal Code, the Criminal Procedure Code, and the Indian Evidence Act. The substantive part is dealt with the IPC and IEA. And the procedural part is dealt with the CRPC. So the objective of criminal jurisprudence is to understand what are the causation of crime, to deal in such a way in which the treatment of the criminal, not in all cases proved to be a criminal, so can be narrowed down to an accused, should be done in the light of the criminal laws that are statute applicable, and even safeguard the interest of the victim. Earlier, all the focus was on the accused, the punishment of pain, infliction of pain of the accused was the objective under criminal law. A shift from that has taken over in due course of time, just as the theories of crime, the theories of punishment have evolved. Theories of victimology is also evolving in due course of time with all the amendments that are time and again needed in the laws are emerging with heavy weightage being given to the golden triangle of the Constitution of India. Today is a Happy Advocates Day, right? Today is the celebration of Advocates Day. Objective of an advocate at the time of taking sanad is to ensure that he enters into litigation, because litigation is the core which needs such people who are representatives of those vulnerable sections whose rights are violated, and especially who have no voice. Even if they have a voice, it goes unheard. So what is the first aspect? If we understand what is criminology, so criminology is basically understanding why and how crimes take place. Can we say, can anybody tell me what are the causes of commission of crime? What could be the causes? Can we nail down to some causes?
मैम
मैम
like
poverty,
Yes.
yes नशा नशा जैसे
Nasha, okay.
uneducation
And education is illiteracy. Okay.
okay
और बस ये
मैम
दो चीजें.
अनजस्टिस,
इनजस्टिस, हाउ इनजस्टिस की वजह से लोग ऑफेंस करते हैं.
यस
मैम
मैम,
Retaliation, 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 vengeance.
ज्यादा करते हैं तो लोग
हाँ,
फिर उसके अगेंस्ट जाते हैं और फिर वापस
उसको मेहरूनिसा उसको बोलते हैं इन रिटेलिएशन. Retaliation, yes, because retaliation either towards an individual or retaliation towards the state. Any other
मैम
causes?
जो लॉ लॉ के बारे
ड्रग्स
में जिसको नहीं पता होता है
हाँ,
पॉवर्टी
ignorance of law नहीं पता होता है, इसीलिए it is not an acceptable excuse. IPC says ignorance of law is non-excusat. Ignorance of fact is excusable. To sum up why crime takes place, what are the causes of crime, we will come down to understand the elements. Because in the light of the elements, you will understand why a crime has been committed, because there is no single specific thumb rule for commission of crime by any individual. What one individual may react in a particular manner, which is amounting to crime, in that same circumstances, another individual may not react in the same manner. So he may refrain in commission of the wrongful offense. The objective here is elements of crime. Anybody knows elements of crime? Very basic question, but it is all relating to criminal psychology. Elements of crime?
Ma'am, mens rea, actus reus.
Yes, and other? ये दो है, और दो भी तो है ना, चार है ना.
Ma'am, human being.
And injury. है ना? So mens
Yes, ma'am.
rea is the most paramount important factor in ascertaining whether a conduct of an individual which is supposed to be in a desired manner given in the set of the society for peaceful existence and coexistence deviates from that yardstick, tantamounts to commission of offense. Means anything that you do which is bringing another person into discomfort is crime. Crime can start from a very small petty act of putting another person into an uncomfortable position by merely looking at the person. So crime is not always associated with murder. Even stalking, even bullying are ragging. Any form of act, any behavior that puts another individual into an uncomfortable zone is violation of his or her existence. This wrongful act is known as actus reus. And to identify whether you are committing a crime or you are falling into the general exceptions category from 76 to 106 of IPC, the mens rea is taken into consideration. When you see mens rea into consideration, it gives you an answer as to why you have committed a particular act, which if you have a negative mindset, if you have a intention of causing hurt, automatically you will be put into the brackets of commission of crime. But if it is because of certain exceptions that are mentioned in the IPC, then the same very act, for example, is anybody allowed to take the life of another? No. But there are some cases, such circumstances that arise when an individual has to take the life of another. For example, in cases of maternity where the smaller life has to be done away with. So smaller harm is better than the greater harm. General exception. Law of necessity. Can you enter into the house of another person without the permission? But in case of fire, law of necessity comes into play as a general exception. So how you identify whether your action otherwise which is wrong is valid is in the light of your intention. When you understand what is the objective of your whole behavior, how you are putting the other person into the zone, that proves what is the outcome, the consequence in the form of harm and injury, and it is inflicted towards a human being. So in the light of these, you understand that criminology is that part of criminal jurisprudence which deals with the doing of wrong. In case of doing of wrong, when you identify that this individual who has wronged is now supposed to be treated in an apt manner, because we are working on the inquisitorial system of jurisprudence, wherein the burden of proof of proving the guilt is upon the prosecution. The presumption is that every individual is taken to be as innocent till the time not proven guilty. And who has to prove the guilt? The one who is accusing the accused. Now, why the objectives come into play? That if the guilt is established, then the treatment of the offender. If the guilt is not, now that this treatment, this establishment is heavily based on the criminal law administration system. The criminal law principles, there are principles of criminal law, the applications of criminal law, the rules of criminal law. What are those principles? Burden of proof, presumption of innocence, golden triangle, equality, equal opportunity, natural justice, fairness, no bias against any individual, no personal opinions. The objective of criminal law is to ensure that punishment is inflicted on one hand with a vision to eliminate the criminality from the criminal, retain the criminal as an individual, but eliminate the wrongful act in the criminal. Am I clear? I hope you all are understanding what I'm saying, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope it is making sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to bundle up, many semesters together in this 1 hour. The objective is to understand from the psychological perspective as to why an individual commits crime. There is no single answer or reason. I have known people, because of my practice over the years, because of my association with different kind of institution, that a person who is from a respectable family, from an established status, from an educated background, from a well-to-do financial condition, still becomes vulnerable in commission of crime if the circumstances. There are two factors of criminality. One is the reasons that are pulling, the push and pull theory you are aware of. The push and pull theory. The push theory is from within, those characteristics that are within an individual that is pushing you in commission of the crime, that is relating to your psychological aspect, physiological aspect. Tell me one thing, students. When we talk about pushing a person in commission of crime from within, it happens in day-to-day life. I am putting my video on for this question because I want to see if you all can. I want to see your faces and I want to see your reaction. Simple सी बात है. Whenever there is a proposal for getting married at your place, for whomsoever, I'm not saying for you or for anybody, for whomsoever which is within your first circles and you are aware. What is the first family from Oh, sorry, I had lost the network in between. I am again asking you that if there is a proposal at home for somebody, what is the first, what are the list of expectations at the very onset of the bridegrooms or the family of the bridegroom? Quickly, into one
Ma'am, family background.
or
The boy is belonging with family. He is having any other nasha and all. And
I'm asking, no, 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 no. I'm asking what is they expecting from the girl? कैसी लड़की चाहिए?
educated,
और quickly
good,
बस.
educated and good looking.
हाँ, गुड
And
लुकिंग का मतलब क्या होता है? गुड लुकिंग का मतलब क्या होता है?
मैम मतलब वो अंडरस्टैंड करे लोगों
गुड
को.
लुकिंग का मतलब हम कैसे डिड्यूस करते हैं? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ गुड लुकिंग?
Fair.
फेयर. यस. एजुकेटेड मतलब पढ़ी लिखी बट घरेलू.
यस मैम, पढ़ी लिखी बट घरेलू,
बट
मतलब
घरेलू.
सबको
Hanji,
समझ.
Hanji type.
Yes. No, forget Hanji type. Hanji is out of respect and modesty also you can do, but there has to be, it has to be both the ways. That is not a parameter. But here, what they want is a cut paste prejudiced form that they have already given you as the pharma. कि भाई यही चलेगी, इसके अलावा नहीं चलेगी. Similarly, when you are traveling as a ladies in a local train or a public transport or a bus at night 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you are next to people around you, there are two kinds of people. One is in a polished formals, and another one is in a very casual or not so very clean appearance. What is the intention in case of any security required? Whom will you approach first?
Polish man.
Yes, because we have given ourselves to, we have accepted ourselves to the fact that appearance, the physiological appearances, has a lot relating to the intentions and behavior of an individual. But many a times you will see that people from these lower strata will give you your seat to sit, whereas people from the fluent strata will put in an opinion. I'm not saying, I'm giving you a general principle. I'm not picking and choosing any particular case. But the very objective, अभी आपने क्या कहा कि polished person, fair wife. This is showing that अगर किसी fair ने मना कर दिया शादी को तो acid attack takes place. The criminality is not in the appearance, but we have linked it to appearances and hence it has become a cross for crimes. क्यों इंसान क्राइम कर रहा है? क्योंकि आपने उसको मना किया है, क्योंकि उसका अपीयरेंस अच्छा नहीं है. That has acted as a trigger. So when we are keeping ourselves prejudiced to certain psychological causes, so psychological cause का simple example मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ from ancient time unto the current times. पहले वो साइकोलॉजिकल इश्यूज को कहा जाता था कि सुपर नेचुरल इफेक्ट्स हैं. टुडे those psychological issues are given names of different mental illnesses, some prolonged, some on and off, but it is existing. The mere psychological issue in commission of crime is the mere fact of non-acceptance that a person is committing crime is because he is not accepted in the society. Continuous denial leads to proving, and proving leads to doing any such act that is important to attract attention, gain attention, and prove existence. Am I right? ये क्रिमिनोलॉजी है. इसको ट्रीट कैसे करेंगे? पहले के जमाने में क्या होता था? If anybody differs on any viewpoint, please, more than welcome to have a dialogue. Now, punishment theories, how the accused were then proved to be convicts and how the convicts were treated.
Ma'am, panchayat.
Panchayat abhi not geographically applicable in all the territory of the country. Panchayat is one parallel form for a particular local jurisdiction. Correct? पहले के जमाने में ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ऑफेंडर्स कैसा होता था? There were theories. Today we are working on the reformative theory which says every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. ये हम आज मान रहे हैं क्योंकि हम ये चीज को कहते हैं कि कोई भी इंसान कभी भी चेंज हो सकता है, फॉर द गुड फॉर द बैड. सो इंसान को एलिमिनेट करने के रेपरकशंस ज्यादा है. सो कीपिंग बैक एन इंडिविजुअल इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन टर्मिनेटिंग और किलिंग एन इंडिविजुअल. Because the criminality has to end. Post Nirbhaya case, how many of you are aware that there were no rapes taken in the country? अगर eliminate कर देने से ही रिजल्ट आता है तो पोस्ट निर्भया कैपिटल पनिशमेंट एग्जीक्यूट हुआ, उसके बाद रेप केसेस बंद हो गए?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So now this is even after reformation because we have a mixed bags of punishment under the Indian Penal Code. 52 onwards say about the different kinds of punishment that are applicable. But out of those which are applicable, though that method, that mode has come today in the reformative area where the objective is to reform the convict. Going back previously, when we talk about the previous eras, before reformation, there was preventive, and before preventive, it was there deterrent, and before deterrent, there was retributive. Retributive, all of you are aware, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, limb for a limb.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All the laws were also propagating for it. The Muslim jurisprudence went to the extent of having the kisa, diya, hadd and tazir. The criminal law also had amputation of the hands and legs, all the different kinds of dand. And the objective was punishment in the most brutal manner under retribution. Prior to retribution also, in the dark ages, what was the objective? Eliminating of the offender in the most painful manner. Today, elimination is in an instant. Execution is in an instant because that should be in the least painful manner. But earlier, in the most painful manner, examples were tearing apart a person by animals, crushing under the foot of the animals, putting into hot oil, hanging down the cliff, and so on and so forth. Something which we even think of and we get goosebumps. Now, elimination of from retribution came to deterrent, where elimination of certain offenders had to be done, but in public. पब्लिक में एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं विद द ऑब्जेक्टिव कि दूसरे देखेंगे तो सबक हासिल करेंगे, दूसरे देखेंगे तो सबक हासिल करेंगे. व्हेन यू आर स्टोनिंग अ पर्सन इन पब्लिक, आपको पता है ना पहले ऐसा होता है. आर यू अवेयर ऑफ दिस फैक्ट? Stoning in public was a very common punishment earlier.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If a person who is very close to you is stoned in public to death, how will you feel? No matter, even if the person has done a wrong. But if a person has done a wrong, does that person becomes an alien to you? Do you lose all ties with him? No. So what? What will be the feeling? On one hand, there will be sadness and remorse. दूसरे हाथ पे?
There will also be a lot of anger and
Yes. And what it will result into? Repercussions. Where if it takes to the psychological level of that individual who is witnessing this brutality against their own So instead of doing away with the criminality, we are actually giving birth to the prospective offenders of the future who may turn again the system in times to come, which has happened. And hence the deterrent theory failed. Came in the preventive theory. Everybody you cannot eliminate, because if you keep on eliminating everybody, there'll be more and more offenders in their place for them, resulting as a threat to the state and the society. And the preventive theory was keeping certain criminals who show the signs of, for not very serious offenses, and the sign of remorse. रिमोर्स के अंदर आज भी हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं सॉलिटरी कन्फाइनमेंट के नाम पर. उस वक्त लोगों को डाल दिया गया था, बंद कर देते थे. उसका बेनिफिट ये था कि यू पॉन्डर, लुक बैक इनटू योर ओन डूइंग्स, एंड व्हेन यू रियलाइज योर फॉल्ट, यू प्लीज सीक मर्सी फ्रॉम द ऑलमाइटी. ये ऑब्जेक्टिव था सॉलिटरी कन्फाइनमेंट इन द फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशनल पनिशमेंट कॉल्ड इन द पेनिसिल्वेनियन रीजन्स. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या था? अकेले करने से आपको जिंदा रखा है, अकेला रखा है, खाना दे रहे हैं, सब दे रहे हैं, बेसिक मूवमेंट नहीं दे रहे हैं. जो जगह आप ऑफेंस कर सकते थे वहां से हटाकर आपको दूसरी जगह रखा है, जो आज भी हम करते हैं तड़ी पार के नाम पर. प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन. IPC provides the provision of preventive action. CRPC provides the power to the police for preventive action under 156 of CRPC. What does this mean? Pre-ponder inside and realize, self-realization and mercy, so that there is a change from within. अच्छा है, बुरा है, रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड है कि रेपरकशंस है? क्या रेपरकशन है? क्या रेपरकशन हो सकता है इसका?
No, ma'am. Sometimes अच्छा भी होते हैं, may be right, may be wrong.
अच्छा, ओके. और कोई और एनीबॉडी एल्स ऑन दिस? आप मुझे बताइए कि अगर मैं आपको कंटिन्यूअसली विदाउट,
मैम वो उसके अंदर अग्रेशन आता जाएगा, मतलब लॉ को लेकर
जी,
वो पर्सन को, उसकी फैमिली को अग्रेशन आएगा.
अग्रेशन नहीं आएगा, छोड़ दीजिए अग्रेशन. एक इंसान को आप बिना बात करे अकेले छोड़ दीजिए. ह्यूमन बीइंग इज अ सोशल एनिमल. किसी को अकेले रखने से थोड़ा वक्त के बाद ही उसके अंदर नेगेटिविटी आना चालू होती है, क्योंकि कम्युनिकेशन इज द बेसिक इंस्टिंक्ट एंड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल टू सर्वाइव. आप सिर्फ देखो, थोड़ी देर क्लास होती है, क्लास जैसे ही ब्रेक अगर करती है तो आप कुछ भी बकवास हम लोग करते हैं, लेकिन बात जरूर करते हैं, क्योंकि इट इज एन इंस्टिंक्ट, अ ट्रेट विच इज इनएलिएनेबल फ्रॉम एन इंडिविजुअल. इट इज अकिन टू एन एग्जिस्टेंस. दिस इज राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच तो बहुत दूर की बात है. राइट टू बेसिक कम्युनिकेशन ऑल्सो ऑफ थिंग्स विच आर इररेलेवेंट but are practiced, because that urge has to be satisfied in a human being. Otherwise, it takes a toll on the psychology of and existence of an individual. समझ रहे हो मैं जो बोल रही हूँ? आपने एक ऑब्जेक्टिव ये रखा था, उसको अकेला रखा है कि वो अच्छा हो जाएगा, लेकिन वो अकेले रहने की वजह से he goes into a mode of insanity. अब प्रैक्टिस करके देख लो, 2 दिन किसी के साथ में मत रहिए, किसी से बात मत करिए, आपको रिजल्ट खुद मिल जाएगा अपने आप में.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is found that this is not serving. And even today we are practicing solitary confinement with the breaks of 14 days, not more than 14 days, and at a stretch, and not within a period of 14 days in between 2 solitary confinement. But it is being practiced in the undercell that you know in various jails in the country. So in the light of all this, we have seen that preventive may solitary confinement failed. Came in the concept of keeping, and from the solitary confinement stage we have come to open prisons, where the prisoners are now allowed to go out, work, get the money to sustain, learn the art of living by earning, spending, saving, so that when they are inducted after they are sentenced into the society back, then they have learned the art of living and surviving in a correct manner. The objective then was this ऑफ प्रिवेंटिव थियरी. आज क्या हो रहा है जेल में? वही ऑब्जेक्टिव हो रहा है. मतलब पहले सिर्फ जेल में डाल देना, मतलब जेल में डालना इट वाज पनिशमेंट. उसके बाद ऑल ह्यूमन राइट्स वर प्रिजर्व्ड. टुडे कैन वी से दैट जेल में डाल देने के बाद ह्यूमन राइट्स मिलते हैं?
यस मैम, लाइक न्यूज़पेपर्स प्रोवाइड होते हैं, और
अच्छा,
जैसे वो कुछ काम करते हैं, सिलाई या
Khairunisa, you have
फिर
been to any jail as of yet physically?
नो मैम.
Celia, now please, I will request that if possible, kindly conduct a jail visit to the students. That too, also you will see from the perspective which is a formal visit. If you get
Okay.
an opportunity, take a first-hand account in case you are associated with any human rights association or institutions who are working for the under trials. Two-thirds of the prison is still filled with the under trials. Although under trials should not be kept, because if they are kept for longer period of time and then they are found to be not guilty, then these years of loss are irreversible. Jail is a place only for convicts, not for accused. Accused should be immediately released on bail, but because the system is so overburdened, the judiciary is so overburdened, nobody has the time to hear their cause on time, and hence the lag is affecting their existence, their basic human rights. There are n number of cases where the accused is not found to be guilty, but he has already served a tenure in the jail as an under trial. पहले सिर्फ जेल में डाल देना पनिशमेंट था, उसके बाद आपको सब कुछ वैसे ही करने मिलेगा जैसे आप बाहर करते हो, एक्सेप्ट फॉर द क्रिमिनलिटी. अब जेल में जाने के बाद पनिशमेंट स्टार्ट होता है. जो बाहर रह के नहीं हुआ वो अंदर जाके कंप्लीट हो जाता है, प्रोफेशनल हो जाता है. It's a den of evil and vices inside the practical aspect. But it is a sorry state of affairs where it is the way it is, and it is a helpless thing because it is the part of the system. The moment you are saying that, see, there are so many JC and PC deaths. One of my very close friend last week has already shot a letter to the Supreme Court, which has been turned into a PIL from Mumbai. It has been registered in the docket of the official website of the Supreme Court and communicated back that now this will be treated as a PL, one single letter of how the brutalities by the police is at its peak even today with respect to PCs, unreported police custodies. So even this is an angle of criminal jurisprudence. This is a very, very, very dynamic and very vast topic. It's not a topic that can be covered because we are talking about a perspective which is touching so many aspects. Now, we have witnessed कि preventive में भी भाई अंदर डालने के बाद भी बहुत तकलीफ ज़्यादा है, benefit कम है. So, release some of the. Now, on release, some are already inside, they are showing good behavior, parole. Some are first timers, Probation of Offenders Act आपने किया होगा, application of Section 3, Section 4, Section 6. Probation. Juveniles को segregate कर दिया है. All these classifications has come as a result of criminal law, application of the criminal law. Now, how it has to be applied, the whole objective of criminal law is to ensure that the offender is preserved as an individual, as a human being, even though an offender doesn't lose the right of being into existence as a human being. N number of cases where the basic violation of human rights have taken. I hope you all are aware of the case laws that we are doing day in and day out in the light of these. The court, Honorable Judge of the Himachal Pradesh Court, has mentioned that crime is a real life event and it results because of the interplay of different human emotions, how each one reacts in a given set of circumstances. That reaction is backed by opinion and experiences of an individual's existence. In Kaliram versus State of HP 1973, it is the opinion of the Honorable High Court that what is crime? Nothing but how you exhibit your behavior because of ह्यूमन इमोशंस. इंसान के अंदर के जो पुश फैक्टर्स थे, मैं आपको बोल रही थी, वो ये इमोशंस ही हैं जो उसको पुश करते हैं एक तरह से बिहेव करने में, जो एक्सेप्टेबल है, नॉन एक्सेप्टेबल. एक्सेप्टेबल है वैलिड, नॉन एक्सेप्टेबल ऑफेंस. एक पुल फैक्टर्स होते हैं जो बाहर के सर्कमस्टांसेस होते हैं जो इंसान को क्रिमिनलिटी करने पे मजबूर कर देते हैं. नो वन इज अ बॉर्न क्रिमिनल. The theories of born criminality are done away with the times. डॉक्टर का बेटा डॉक्टर, लॉयर का बेटा लॉयर, इंजीनियर का बेटा इंजीनियर, चोर का बेटा चोर, मर्डरर का बेटा मर्डरर, ऐसा नहीं है। आजकल डॉक्टर के बेटे भी सुसाइड कर रहे हैं, एस्टैब्लिश सीएस भी सुसाइड कर रहे हैं, लॉयर्स के बेटे भी कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं और पुलिस स्टेशन में अरेस्ट हो रहे हैं, जेल में जा रहे हैं, और चोर का बेटा भी पढ़ लिख के कुछ कर रहा है। So the theory of born criminality is long back over. Now everyone is responsible for his or their own actions, except for the minors or people because they are from the exceptions. N number of times the questions of application of constitutional law, the provisions of constitutional law, the rights of the human rights given for the protection of peaceful human existence, especially on which our democracy rests under the golden triangle of 14, 19, and 21, have been raised before the Honorable Supreme Court, and they have heavily come down. Landmark cases of in the time of A.K. Bachchan, Keshananda Bharati, I.C. Golaknath, the provisions. Tell me, whenever the question of judicial custody has not arisen with D.K. Basu, the guidelines have not been given in D.K. Basu. Are they followed? No. The following is still in the name of just putting up those guidelines in the police station at a place which is visible to everybody conspicuously. Application is zero. Talk about the vulnerability protection. Vishaka ka case pata hai na, which has been converted into the act now, the Sexual Harassment Act. You are aware of the Vishaka guidelines?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, versus State of Rajasthan. Parmanand Katara, Sunil Batra, Rudal Shah. No handcuffing of and fetters off to an individual unless and until it is in dire need and the person is trying to abscond. Mohidi Bibi versus Dharmadash Ghosh. Nargis Mirza versus Union of India. Husainara Khatun, Bandhua Mukti Morcha for the labor class. Maneka Gandhi. Recently, we have seen about euthanasia and protection of an individual who is in a vegetative state in the which case?
Aruna Shanbhag.
Aruna.
Shanbag. Talk about the habeas corpus, the writ petition power that is given to the court to ensure that the violation of the existence of human right, not only at the hands of individual but also at the hands of the state, is taken into preventive mode. And the same has been brought to notice in ADM Jabalpur versus Shivkant Shukla. ये सब आपने किया है, I'm sure. These are landmark cases. But what happens is, I'm not going into the facts or judgment because it is presumed that all of these are already known to you all. The application of the criminal law from the perspectives of IPC, CRPC, and Indian Evidence Act throws light on how a person commits an offense, what kind of offenses are committed, how to treat the person, how to move from the stage of prevention to reformative now. And in fact, from reformative now, we are moving to a individual clinical theory also. So on one hand, we have the age-old criminology and penology concept for the interest and protection of the accused in ensuring that an accused is not an accused, but also the human being at the same time. However, in the whole process of criminology and criminal law administration, the other party, because crime is an offense against the state, wrongs are offense against the individual. The civil wrongs are offenses against the individual, but criminal wrongs are offenses against the state. So if the victim is also backing out, still the public prosecutor will continue. But in due course of time, it was seen that in accused, what happens was the other party was denied the mere existence or the rights who was the victim. The one who has suffered, who has already got the pains. There are different kinds of victims. With the advent of mankind, after understanding the perspective of criminology and penology, Mendelssohn came up with the blueprint of what is victimology and is now known as the father of victimology. The objective of the victimologist is to ensure that this subset of criminology are seen from the perspectives of protecting them and reversing the wrong done against them, identifying the relationship between the victim and the offender, the role of the victim in the criminality or the commission of offense. Now tell me, if there does the victim also play is a contributory in commission of offense? Will anybody invite any form of injury or harm to self? Anybody will want to have this kind of?
No,
No, ma'am.
ma'am.
But we are informed by our own people in our own country, very loud and clear, that rapes take place because girls are inviting them. The one who said it is a person of renowned status in the political arena. So are girls inviting the rapist to commit these offenses?
No, ma'am.
Because they are wearing such skimpy clothes and revealing clothes, hence the person is submitting to it, is what the contention are given forth. So the relationship between the victim and the accused is also drawn by the victimologist, who ensure that how the interest of the victim be protected. Benjamin Mendelssohn has clearly noted that this aspect has to be taken into consideration, and post the acid attack also, though there are provisions under the Nirbhaya Compensation Fund and the acid attack survivors, that compensation will be given by the state. Many theories are working and identifying whether the victims themselves contribute to their own victimization, either because of risk or because of ignorance. The vulnerable section is exposing them to it. But just because a woman is working out in the available at workplace doesn't mean that she's available at all times easily. The same perspective will not go down with a man. So why this kind of bias that we should keep is the psychological aspect that has to be changed. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it is making sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The whole perspective of criminology and victimology will change when the presumption that the vulnerable section, now this has always been deep rooted from the stages of human existence at the in three, two will make a group and one will be oppressed. That's a established fact. Protection of this one at the hands of the majority should be the objective of criminal law. How far it is being done, how far it has been accepted, how far it has been practiced is a different story altogether. But the objective of the principles of criminal law should be to ensure that every individual is provided the protection of peaceful existence, and in any denial of the same, due punishment should be met with the wrong by the wrongdoer. You know the concept of no double jeopardy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, a person cannot inflict his against his own self, cannot give any testament against his own self. Acceptance by a person before the police, how far admissible in court. The prima facie aspect of it as an evidence under the Indian Evidence Act of the testimony or any other form of evidence that is given, documentary also. No retrospection of certain acts. On these premises, the criminal law was evolved. How far are they being? The legality of the act, the mens rea, the act, its concurrence, why it has been done, what harm it has caused, and how to now rectify it through the punishment mode is the ideal objective of criminal law. Is it practiced in the light of the same? is a question that each one of us has to ask rather than getting into the nitty-gritties of the black and white, because black and white is there unless and until it is matched with the data that is available in the grassroots level on the ground at the fieldwork. Every individual has a harrowing tale to tell. If not much, then basic burdening of the judiciary is resulting into delayed unethical practices are resulting into violation of existence and rights of an individual. What does all this mean? It narrows down to the understanding that the black and white criminal law is different than the applications of the criminal law in gray. Time has come that we should not ideally keep on looking into the perspective that is spoon fed. Every individual has access. Who doesn't have, reach out. The privileged one should reach out for the safeguarding of interest of the other. It could be any one of us. If we are facing a time which is an international global issue, and it is affecting every individual. I will not say last night I had to be in a hospital for an individual who had suffered a massive heart attack. Believe me, the moment we entered into the hospital, a renowned hospital, night 3 o'clock, take it from me, I got a vibes that no, let the ECG and other things be done, take the person away. And the moment the person was kept into observation, before the ECG, they were trying to put in injections. Post ECG, they said that you have to now be here for the next 3 hours. The whole cardio team is coming over, so on and so forth. And we are expecting, having an opinion that you are having a massive attack. The whole idea came down to no, just give us the ECG report. We walk out, we consult our own doctor tomorrow morning. The kind of uncertainty that we are facing as a whole, it is also affecting the economy. The moment economy is hit, automatically people come out. आपको अगर नहीं मिलेगा survive करने के लिए basics, criminal law says there are two kind of offenses, out of need and out of greed. अगर नीड ही फुलफिल नहीं होगी, ग्रीड तो चलो उसे डेलिबरेटली पनिश करना चाहिए और बहुत हार्शली पनिश करना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो जान के लोग गलत करते हैं. बट नीड अगर नहीं होता है कंप्लीट, फुलफिल, सेटिस्फाई, then the hunger makes you take tired steps. What is the law doing? Why is the law silent over it? Why there are no action in favor of the protection of the vulnerable? Each one reach one. So this is where I would just like to rest, because opinions can only be made after introspection in the light of a valid understanding of the whole perspective at large, rather than having a narrow vision that is that even that which is given by somebody else. Don't wear the glasses that are handed over. A lot of work is there to be done in the market. Recently, that has been proved by Jai Bhim. Criminal law is just one aspect that has been reflected in Jai Bhim, which is just superficially touched but so hard hitting. Enter into the market, you will identify that where is the lacuna, to what extent it is deep rooted, and getting it rectified or reversed is still a very distant dream. All the best to the future budding lawyers. It's a topic that cannot be curtailed over in an hour. I tried my best to just touch over the 4 aspects of criminal law superficially, but in a manner which might send over a message to the others. I take this opportunity to thank my madam, Shobha Shivale madam, for this wonderful opportunity of reaching out to the students. I thank the entire College of and trustees and management of Srimati KG Shah Law School as well, and the principal madam for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
giving
you, ma'am.
information.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is Professor Dipali on behalf of Seva Mandal Education Society's Srimati Kamlaben Gambhirchand Law School, and I'm here to present vote of thanks to our guest, the key speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Falak Naz Sheikh. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our invitation and taking out time from your busy schedule and coming for today's webinar. Thank you, ma'am, for highlighting key points on criminal jurisprudence and having a superb interactive session with our students, ma'am. Thank Thank you so much, and I'm sure this today's session is going to help our students in their academics and their future practice. I further extend my vote of thanks to the management for their constant support and endeavor. I also thank our principal, ma'am, Mrs. Rakhi Gate, ma'am, vice principal, Mr. Rajesh Kardak, sir, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all the students for participating in today's webinar and making it a success and worth learning. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Well, I conclude for today's webinar. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.